Hey everyone! So I know it's been a while since I last posted a video, but I have a good reason. So I don't know what I'm gonna title this video, but if it's one of those really obvious titles, then you know that I got into law school and what is it? It's now October, so I've been in law school since August. That's and it's so crazy. Time is moving by so fast. But so let me back up for a second. So I posted a video August of last year. So a lot has happened since then. I after I posted that video, well, not directly after, but maybe a few months after that, I got a job. I worked in human resources as an assistant to the manager of recruitment um, at a company that's where I'm from, and it was a good experience, and I'm glad that I had it because it just showed me what I didn't want to do, and human resources was the other field that I was thinking of going into if, law just wasn't going to work out for me. And I was happy to find out that it just wasn't for me. I mean, there's nothing wrong with human resources. I think it's definitely a good career if you have that personality and the desire to work in it. But it just wasn't for me. Every time I would go to work, I would think about, oh, what are the lawyers in this building doing? And we recruited a lot of legal professionals. So I would always look at their resumes, see what what kind of jobs they did, and I loved talking to them on the phone. So I just knew that going to law school still was for me, and just taking time off and having the time to kind of reassure or reaffirm what I already knew about myself was gratifying, even though that wasn't necessarily the path that I wanted to take. So, um, prior to me starting my job, I I'm trying to think because this is a year ago, so like I said, a lot happened. I retook the LSAT. My score went up by 9 points. I will not disclose what I got because that's in the past, and I just never want to take the LSAT again. Because I'm just not good at taking timed exams like that. That's just never been my thing. Um, but I am proud that my score went up by 9 points, and I was going to take it a third time or like attempt to take the GRE because I, you know, I just didn't love my score. Even though it did improve, I just didn't love it, and I'm very picky and I'm a perfectionist, so nothing is ever good enough for me. But I was like, okay, there's schools that are sending me free waivers. I'll just apply to a few places, see where I get in. If I get in and get money, then I'll go to law school. If not, then I will take it again. So I ended up applying to 4 schools. I was going to apply to more. In fact, I started other applications, but um, I don't know. I just couldn't find it in me to complete most of the applications that I filled out because I I don't know, these were places that I just didn't know much about, and I don't necessarily have a preference for where I want to practice, but I also just didn't want to go to school in a place that was just too far away from home. Just in case I wanted to come back and work in the area that I'm from. So I got into 3 out of the 4 schools that that I applied to. I was waitlisted at the fourth one, but actually I was waitlisted at 2, and I got accepted into the other 2. And one of the schools that I got into, I went to visit. I loved it so much, but it was just way too expensive for me, and I couldn't sleep. Like there were times where I was just like completely stressed out about it, and I just didn't know what to do. So I just made a pros and cons list, and I had all these people telling me to do this, to do that. And I just, even though I really did want to go, it just didn't sit right with me to go to a school that I couldn't afford, essentially. And it's not like I can afford law school in general, but I just wanted to have the least amount of debt as possible because it was very important for me, being that I am the first person in my family to go to law school, and I don't really come from a family that can help me pay for law school. So I really just wanted to make the most um, responsible decision. And at that point, when I realized that I couldn't go to the school that I wanted to go to, I was kind of devastated. And um, there was one of the schools that I got waitlisted at that I could see myself going to, and I did not know how to get off the waitlist. Um, and so I was at work one day and I was talking to a coworker, and she's like, "Why don't you go visit? You know, go talk to them." And you know, that's a good idea, and that usually that's what people do. But I don't know, I just was very nervous and hesitant. I didn't want to be one of those people who were just pestering admissions about like letting me off the wait list. But I ended up going to talk to someone in admissions, and to make a long story short, within 5 minutes of me being there, she asked me the office what am I saying? The admissions officer, asked me if I would like to attend law school there, and I thought I was being pranked. Like, I told her this. I was like, "Where are the cameras? Like, where are the people that are going to jump out and say, psych, or we're just kidding, or whatever?" Because this is a law school that only accepts 30% of the people that they um, that the people that apply. It's one of the hardest law schools to get into. Um, and even though my GPA was in the 75th percentile, my LSAT score wasn't where it needed to be to get into the school. And on top of that, they gave me money. So I was like, okay, this is a sign. I believe in signs. I'm just one of those people. And so I was like, I'm going to take this opportunity and I am going to go to law school. I am not going to put my dream on hold any longer. I will succeed wherever I go. And it's not like this, was a bad choice. I am so, so happy that I decided to go to the law school that I am currently at now because I love it. Law school can be hectic. It can be hard and it can be depressing at times, but I have met a lot of great people. All the people in my section are very nice, and I've made friends that it's just been a great experience so far. And I just took my first midterm. I turned it in a few hours ago. It was for contracts, which is one of my favorite classes because I have a great professor. All of the professors that teach the classes that I'm currently taking are very great, but I especially love contracts and criminal law. Um, but yeah, I just haven't had the time to sit down and come back and talk to you guys. Because of that, life has just been moving really fast, and I am just taking it day by day. And our finals are coming up in December, so this weekend I really have to start preparing for that because the sooner you do that, the better. And yeah, I will try to post another video, maybe. I don't know, about somebody requested a video about studying and how I do it. So maybe I'll make a video about how I prepare for class or something like that. Um, I can't make any promises about when I'll do that because I am busy. Like, this is maybe the first time that I've been able to sit down and actually just sit and not have to read a case or study for something. So yeah. let me know what you would like to see, and I will try to get that content out to you guys. Thank you so much for following along with my journey so far. I know that this is a big jump from the first video where I was talking about, retaking the LSAT and my struggle with taking it the first time and not doing so well. But let me just tell you, never give up, okay? You are meant to be where you want to be as long as you work for it. Sometimes things don't work out the first time. And I've just, it's something that I've had to come to terms with, because there's a lot of people in my life where things just click for them the first time. And it just seems like things are super easy for them. But that's just not the way life is for me. And it's not the way that life is for most people. So you kind of have to remember that you're not the only one who is struggling. You're not the only one who is having a hard time grasping certain concepts or taking exams and not getting the scores you want. You're not the only one. You're not alone. And it is possible to get into a great school and to find a school, even if it's not the one that you thought was for you, to find a school that is for you. Because I love where I'm at and I'm so, so happy. And it's tough, but I just know that this is where I am meant to be. And it is truly one of the most rewarding experiences I've ever had in my life. So if you have any questions or anything that you're curious about, I just leave them in the comments below and I will try to answer questions. I'm here to help. I want anyone who thinks that they want to go to law school, or they are sure that they really, really want to go. I'm here to help you get to where I am, because I wasn't that person who scored 170 on the first try. I didn't even score 170 at all. So let's just be real here. But it's possible to get into the school that you want to get into, and you just got to work hard and you have to stay confident. And I'm rambling, so I'm going to end this video. I hope that little bit of inspiration that I tried to give was helpful. And really ask questions, because I am here to help, like I said. And if you are setting for the LSAT, good luck. And I will see you guys next time. Bye.